So, first, I just wanted to say thank you for the support on last video. Like, it's insane. Like, I got to 200 subscribers, and I wanted to say thank you for 200 subscribers. By the time I wanted to do that, I hit 300. It really blew the fuck up. I'm close to 500 now. And also, I just wanted to say sorry for making mistakes in that video, since I obviously did get a lot of information wrong, since the research on that was very limited. I couldn't really do much. Oh my god. I tried, but I couldn't. And I will make mistakes in this video, since this is... I'll get onto that in a sec, actually. I don't want to like spoil it too early, but in this video I want to discuss something that happened recently, that being that I have been sent the original Take My Meds MP3 file of the person saying it and who said it, plus the controversial things they have said, which is pretty wild to say the least. Like I said, I might get stuff wrong in this video because I'm technically covering drama, and drama is not an easy thing for me to cover. I have no idea how to cover it, so if this video feels a bit terrible, a bit... most of my videos are terrible, but if it feels out of place, that's the word, just so you know, I never covered drama like this before, like at all. On August 13th, I went on my Steam profile and I saw a bunch of comments by somebody named Not Bart wanting to discuss the virus with me. And at the end of these messages, well, comments, was a scramble of letters which I quickly figured to be a Discord server link. And when I went ahead and put that into the add a server section, I was met by a server join pop-up and joined the server since I wanted to see what was up. I joined and I was told by user FVB that they were the man behind the add-on itself, and Bart said that he created the sounds for the add-on. Bart then proceeded to ask everyone to move into a different channel, just named General, and then asked to see if I wanted to see the origins of the screamer and sent a link to a site, but nothing really happened when I used it. It was just a white screen. Bart, if you can tell me if I was doing something wrong, just let me know in the comments. And after the irrelevant yap about Call of Duty and IPs and stuff, I was told about who says Take My Meds and the person who pretty much greenlit the add-on itself being a YouTuber that they were friends with named Relt. Somebody in the server named Priority stated that everyone in the server had cut ties with Relt since he was a controversial person in their group. Then I was asked to join a voice call to discuss his controversies in more depth. We spent pretty much or close to an hour discussing his wrongdoings, which includes evidence, and I will discuss these in this video in different categories, so the timeline may be a little scattered since being what I sent first or what was sent last, kind of. Before I actually get into exposing Rel, I would like to play the clean unedited audio of him saying Take My Meds.
Take my meds!
Firstly, I'd like to start off with the transphobic claims he had said mainly on Discord, Twitter and YouTube, such as these 9 Discord screenshots, 3 tweets, 1 YouTube comment and claims from other users on Relt's own Discord server. I would like to send our focus onto this Discord screenshot where he is talking to a trans person, which reads as, "You ain't a woman, you are a porn addicted male, don't even deny it, there's no point." According to Priorities, the reason why he calls her porn addicted is because he believes that all transgender people are porn addicts because, well, nobody knows, he hasn't elaborated on that before. And what we both believe is that he makes these claims to fit his prejudices, since, like Priorities just said, Rel hasn't elaborated on why he has said such controversial takes on being trans. Plus, I also want to talk about the comment he left under his own stream titled Rel is Back on YouTube. A user named Stress Cat in a Box commented 7 minutes 44 seconds, requotes what Rel says in verbatim at said timestamp. Are you still horribly transphobic? Can't wait till they find out about that, haha. And Rel responds with, some people never tend to change, like you. This could show that Relt may still have a distaste towards trans people, but this one has me a little bit mixed, since after Cat commented on Relt being a transphobe within the same comment, he or she welcomed Relt back after his hiatus, which could also mean Relt's response could be positive, since it could be saying that Cat never changes because they are a supporter of Relt. I would talk about the tweets in a little more depth, but I really don't know how, because they're just images. So here they are for a second time, since I just believe he's just making dark jokes, and I don't know what to really do with them. But I do want to look at these claims from a user on Relt's Discord server that my friend George found. Shout out to George, by the way. And the user in question is named Blue, and they claimed that Relt was transphobic towards other people like their friend. This could mean that Relt is hateful enough to go after a possible viewer's friend. Next, I would like to talk about Relt's habit of manipulation and blaming others. An example of this is when JBman, a user in the server, stated that he and the JBmod community were blamed by Relt for being the sole purpose of JBmod's downfall, for not learning source mod. And for those who don't know what source mod is, I'll give you a quick explanation. Source mod is a server modification that gives server admins a much more powerful platform for scripting and administration. While mostly used for multiplayer games, it can be installed on any Source engine game. It has a lower level system that needs to run alongside it, called metamod. Source. If I made a mistake there anywhere about this, please let me know, because I don't really know that much about source mod anyway. But before or after Relt kept blaming JBman and most of the JBmod community for the game's downfall, Relt wrote in a terrible apology which can only be described by priorities as emotional extortion, and described by me as very cringe. I have the apology here and I will read it for verbatim, and trust me, it is pretty bad. I cannot handle this anymore. I have done nothing to you. I have not been cyber stalking you. I literally tried to avoid you as much as possible. You are leaving me with no choice except changing my entire identity or suicide. You have my face, you have my real life name, you have my email. I have nothing yours besides a faint memory. My family is worrying about me. I am sorry about everything I've done. I am still maturing. Instead of talking to me about this directly, you are instead harassing me. I cannot handle this anymore. JBmod, you won. Congratulations. You get to person off the internet and probably off the world too. To those who will miss me, maybe we'll meet another time. Goodbye. P.S. I have logged on to my alt account to check what you have been writing. Seeing what you have said for the first time is horrible. I do not feel safe in my own home. For context, when he says all the stuff about people having his email, face and real name, Relt purposefully leaked that info himself, and as priorities told me. He also has a tendency to steal projects from other people and do nothing with them, since the original creator didn't do enough with it, as user Bandit Boogaloo said here. I want to segue from the manipulation and lying Relt enjoys doing to talk about a more major example and even a legal example of Relt stealing stuff from projects or for projects. After Relt first left, he had started another project called Sourcebox, which he even uploaded to his channel showing it off a little, but little did people know he had been using JBmod source code without permission of the creator, and he also used a large amount of leaked code from the first Portal game, which caused him to get DMCA'd by Valve themselves, who created Portal. Luckily though, his project failed, since he thought of himself as a better dev than he actually is, and he had really high ambitions, like a map size 64 times the maximum size that Source can actually push for. But back to the manipulation tactics and such, Relt also went on his antics on the JBmod Discord server, where he went off on somebody for not wanting to play with him on JBmod, and he says, "You are the most useless member of this community, right, with Never Change and your Groom clone. You have no good intentions for this game and only seek for people to validate your stupid beliefs or shutting down talent which you do not like. Bro, why do you capitalize every fucking letter in that sentence? Jesus Christ, that was hard to read, sorry. Like, I don't know if that's a joke as well or not, but he seems pretty mad to me since the person he got angry at responded with, okay, I don't care. Also, like, didn't you have a meltdown in VC that one time, which demonstrates that, well, could demonstrate that Rel was having a meltdown at that moment, which can also be proven further with JB Man's response being, I remember like 5 times, 6 with today, which shows that Rel has these meltdowns pretty often when he doesn't get his own way. I was going to wrap up the video here, but on the Discord server, FVB linked 2 videos by a Russian YouTuber named Deb4ix, and FVB also states that these 2 videos in question have given a huge amount of mostly Russian fans of Relt, and that the first video of the 2 has misinformation, and the second one is clearing up those, up along with newer allegations on Relt, including grooming, racism, and even something that sounds a little bit like PDF file. I think you could pretty much figure that one out for yourself, but I would also like to say that I was never even informed of this back in the conversations in that Discord server until I got linked those videos. So, you know, but this will also be hard to talk about since it's actual serious allegations and it's in Russian, so I had to use the terrible auto-generated English subtitles on YouTube and I couldn't really grasp a lot out of it. The first video, named New Virus in Gary's Mod, Be Careful, when translated to English, talks about the cough virus, then Take My Meds, and after that then talks about only a small handful of the allegations from Relt. The second video, however, is an update video titled The Whole Truth About Relt / New Virus in Gary's Mod 2, and starts off with Deb talking about the fact that he had been messaged by people that were exposing Relt, and some of them are even the same people who came to me about him and sent me transphobic comments, and even has a racial comment which I will show here, and I obviously won't be repeating because it's literally the N-word. Deb also was informed that Relt was a PDF file and that Relt had schizophrenia, which was also brought up in the server that I was in. Sadly, the grooming and PDF behaviour wasn't shown in the video Deb made, but stated in the video that he apparently wasn't 18 years old and he is alleged to be below 18, which means that Rel apparently isn't a PDF, but we really don't know the victim's age, so he may or may not be, but I'm sticking to the part where he is though until we find out the real age of Rel and the victim. What this does mean though is that the grooming still happened, since that wasn't denied or anything, that I know of anyway. You know, lost in translation and all. Also, remember earlier when I stated that Relt was schizophrenic? Well, it also turns out that it isn't confirmed by the man himself, but he is autistic and has OCD, but there is a slight possibility that he could be schizophrenic. But that's the most I can get out of this, since I know little to no Russian, minus like a word or two I learnt back when I played CSGO. I'm actually really serious about that, by the way. That's not me making some corny Russian suka blyat joke. That's me being genuine here. But if you do understand Russian better than I do, that at least, comment down below what Deb was saying, and yes, I will leave his videos in the description too. This video has been one of the most brain-boggling things I've ever had to cover, since there's 2 sides to this argument, and I won't share my opinion on this since I could get hate by his Russian fans or by anyone else in general who either don't side with the Russian fans or don't side with the people who are haters of Relt. But those arguments are that Relt was being bullied, which is true, but I did forget to implement that in this video, and that he didn't know better when it came to the edgy stuff that he said, since like the transphobia and racism, since he has mental health, like mental disabilities, and he's only a kid. But the other side to that argument is that he is at that age where he knows right and wrong. He is like probably a teenager, probably my age even, and that autism can't really make you act out like that way if you like are level 1 ASD or level 2 ASD. like, autistic person. If you want to use like old term, I think it was either high function or low functioning, but that's outdated. So, and I don't think that's a good thing to say. I don't even know which one's which, and I'm an autistic person myself, so I'm with that. I actually don't know what to say other than what would you like me to do next, and I will see you very soon. When I mean very soon, I mean probably a month.